Hello, hello. Oops, I just took a picture of myself. That's fun. How's everybody doing? Thank you. I forgot I had some lip liner that I hadn't even opened yet. And so I thought I would try it. Hey, Tiffany. What's going on, y'all? What's happening? How's everybody feeling? How's everybody doing? Are you guys feeling this energy of this not new moon, full moon? It's a full moon tomorrow. And it's a full moon eclipse. So the energy is ridiculous. What did I read today? I also read that, I don't know a whole lot about it, but I also read that Neptune has been in retrograde for a long time. And some of you have heard me talking about this in other lives. Retrograde, when a planet goes into retrograde, it's this optical illusion that from Earth makes it look like the planet is spinning backwards. And so when it goes direct, meaning it starts to spin the right way around, people believe, and it's true, it messes with energy. And it really depends on where that planet is in your birth chart, as to how badly, or maybe not even at all, you're affected by that shift in energy. But anyway, I read today that not Mercury, I keep saying Mercury all day today. Neptune is direct, I think as of a day or two ago. And yeah, it's apparently quite a hectic energy. And so I've been hearing a lot of people in the spiritual world talking about how the energy over the next few months is going to be quite intense because of there were a bunch of planets that were in retrograde for months, like literally one after the other, and then they were overlapping. I think at one time there were 5 planets in retrograde, which is just like craziness. So as they start to come direct and do whatever they're doing, energy is crazy. But then we also, like I said, have the full moon tomorrow. And it's a full moon eclipse, which basically means that the position of the moon and the sun, the shadow of the earth gets in the way. So the moon looks different, like the color is different, I believe, and the earth is casting a shadow because of where the sun is. I mean, we've all done that, done the animals, the hand animals and stuff like that. We kind of get how it works. Your hand has to be in the right position between between the light source and the wall, in order to get those right. So that's basically what an eclipse means, is that the moon, sun, and earth are all kind of in a certain alignment that makes the moon have a shadow on it, which also apparently messes with energies. So, and it's a beaver moon. Yes, they call it the beaver moon. Thank you, Marnie, you're right. They call it the beaver moon because this is typically the time of year when beavers start to not build up their dams, but they start basically getting ready to hibernate, kind of the way bears do. It's also, I think it's also been called the frost moon. And yeah, it's just because the time of year we're very close to the winter, actual winter. And so animals like the beaver are starting to hunker down for that cold weather. So that's why it's called the beaver moon. But again, it has also been referred to as the frost or the ice moon. And it's because of the time of year and the temperature. But anyway, so if you guys have been experiencing any peculiar or particular energy shifts. That is the reason for it. Lots going on in the cosmos this week, next week, and for the next couple of weeks. So just be aware of it and go with it. All right, but other than that, how is everybody doing? How is everybody feeling this week? Hi, Rhonda. Hey, Christy. Hello, everybody. I got a lot of people here today. Thank you for being here. Sorry, I should have started with that. Thank you so much for being here. My shit's been in retrograde my whole life. Yes, sometimes it does feel that way. A little bit of retrograde, like all the time. So yes, I hear you. I feel you. Good, Marnie, good. I'm glad you're feeling good. I'm feeling good too. It's been a really great day. It's been a really great weekend, actually. I haven't gotten anything done that I wanted to get done, but energetically, it's been really good. So I'm still thankful. I'm still grateful. All right. Who's ready to get into these messages? There's some good messages here this week, you guys. I am going to be using a deck that I call it the OG deck, the gangster deck, because it doesn't hold back. So especially if my young niece and nephew are watching, sorry, Auntie's gonna swear. I'll put a couple quarters in the swear jar for you. Also, if the parents don't want them to hear this stuff, now might be the time to put them to bed or set them up with a movie for a few minutes. Just saying. But let's get started. So stack number one. Well, I'll go through the stacks in case anybody hasn't picked their stack yet. I'll just go through the stacks first. So stack number one, which is the one on the left, is the blue stone, the eagle. Stack number two is the yellow stone. I don't know what bird that is, not sure. But the yellow stone, that's the center stack. And stack number three is my favorite, the purple, beautiful hummingbird. So, Soph is in bed. Okay, good. My niece is in bed. All right, Auntie doesn't feel so bad now. All right, so stack number one again is the blue stone. And we have the Two of Wands. Stack number two is a raven. Okay, thanks, Marnie. Okay, so stack number one, blue stone, which is the eagle. This is the Two of Wands. This is about decision. So number two in the tarot, in traditional tarot, for me, always symbolizes decision. There's always an option. And so this guy, as you can see, he's got a decision to make. He's holding one wand. He's also holding the world in his hands. The moon, the earth, the sun, whatever it is. But then he's got this offer coming in. And now he's sitting there sort of in limbo, like, I don't know. What should I do? And he's kind of stuck because he doesn't want to leave his comfort zone. This is unknown. What this person, you see how it's a different hand? What this person's offering is unknown. It's potentially taking him out of his comfort zone. When this card shows up for me, I always think it's like the universe saying, listen, you already know what's going on here. Why not take a chance and try something else? Why not? What have you got to lose? It's not like you're losing this wand. You're gaining another one. You're gaining experience. You're gaining exposure. You're gaining knowledge and information. So give it a shot. Why not? So I feel like for those of you that were drawn to the blue stone, to the eagle stone, I almost feel like you guys are looking for a change, but you're scared to make a change. And this this card is saying, go for it. You know, maybe you're looking at your situation right now, your life, and you're like, it's not really it though. It's not on. This is not it. But that fear of the unknown is what's keeping you holding on to for dear life to that one rod, that one wand, where there's another wand, there's another option. Maybe, just maybe, let's try it. And then I'm using my newest deck, which is the Goddess Power deck. For any men that might be in the room, this is nothing personal. This is just the power of the goddesses. So it's not calling you a goddess. It's just calling in the power of the goddesses. And this goddess for stack number 1 is, I'm going to pronounce it Lizzie. I don't know if you guys can see her name, but it's Lizzie. And she is the Chinese goddess of, what is she the Chinese goddess of? Thought I wrote it down. Perhaps I did not. Oh, yes, I did. She's the mother of lightning. Lizzie is the mother of lightning. And as you can see, she's also known for revelation. And how fitting, because that's what Spirit does. When we're sitting here in this energy of, I got a decision to make, I don't want to make it, I don't know how to make it, I don't know what's going on, she comes in with her lightning bolt and kicks our ass. She comes in with information and revelations so that we can make a decision. Now, she brings in things like synchronicities. So some of you will know about this because I've talked about it before, but number synchronicities. When you see numbers repeating, that is a sign. Now, you don't want them to repeat all the time because it means you're missing the message, which is why you're feeling stuck in your energy, in this energy. So when she throws a lightning bolt synchronicity at you, numbers, colors, animals, I'm even hearing like music, like songs. You know, you'll be doing your dishes or folding your laundry or doing whatever it is, and you hear a song, and it's a song you've heard 1,000,001 times, but there's one line it's almost like she's turned the volume up for that one line, and it will make sense. And it will reveal to you, because she's all about revelation, it will reveal to you what the right decision is. It will get you out of your comfort zone, and you'll know, like a lightning bolt zapping you right in the ass, you'll know what the right decision is. So this week, the message is to pay attention. Pay attention to those signs, because the universe is trying to tell you what the right move is. The universe is trying to tell you where you need to go from here and how you need to make it better, make life better. I mean, we've all been through the shit this year. There's no question about that. So what are we going to do as we're very quickly coming to the end of this bullshit year? What are we going to do for the year coming up? We kind of all already know it's not going to start great. There's no way we're going to clear this shit up in the next 5 weeks, 6 weeks. However, we can make sure it doesn't drag on 6 months into next year. We can do what we need to do now. Start planting those seeds, start making those small moves so that 6 months from now, we're like, yeah, phew, that was a shit year. But guess what? This year, it's getting better. And I'm getting what I want. And we're pulling up the OG card, which is stop fucking whining. Just cut that shit out, right? You're sitting with your one wand, hoping for 2. Someone's offering you 2, and you're all, oh, well, it's not the same size. It's not the same. It doesn't have the same vegetation on it. It's got some weird notch at the top. I don't know, whatever. Just cut it out. Stop whining. Look for your signs and symbols. Make some damn decisions and get the hell on. All right? Stop whining. Stop fucking whining, as it says. And the back says, no one wants to listen to that shit. Complaining makes you weak. You have the strength to change your world. So do it. Okay? These cards are no joke. No joke at all. Do it. Quit whining about it. Quit hoping and praying that good shit's just going to fall in your lap. I mean, yeah, sometimes the universe gives us that good shit. But guess what? Most of the time when that happens, it's because you've worked for it. You've put in the work. You've done the hard stuff. And they're like, boom, here you go. Hey, Cecilia. So yeah, anybody who, if you pick number one, or even if not, stack number one is resonating with you, it's time to shut the hell up and get to work. Look for those signs and symbols, pay attention to them, understand what they're trying to tell you. That's the kind of work we're talking about. When you see 1111 or 222 or 333 or 1010 or whatever that is, when you hear the same song 10 times a day, I mean, if you're listening to, you know, radio, the normal radio stations, you're going to hear the same song 10 times in a day. But a random song that you just hear out of nowhere, right? Like, pay attention to what you were thinking just before you heard that. Pay attention to what you were feeling just before you heard that. It's hard to do because in the moment, you're only focusing on that song that you've heard, but try to think back and think about what you were thinking about. And usually that song is an answer to that thought. And let's face it, most of us are thinking about the status of our lives right now. So when you hear that song, or when you see that special number, or when you find little signs, I've talked about things like feathers or dimes, or you see a certain color that makes you feel a certain kind of way, whatever it is, think about what you were thinking just before you saw that and look for that answer, because it's the universe saying, stop whining, stop being complacent, stop being indecisive, and get moving. Listen, man, don't shoot the messenger, all right? Because I feel like that was a little tough. But guess what? This morning when I was picking these cards, they were like, oh, it's time for the OGs. It is time for the OGs. Look, they even have no fucking unicorns on this shit. There's no unicorns here. There's no airy-fairy bullshit. This is real, like Cecilia said, tough love. Because time is running out for this year. Spirit is hella getting saucy, Marns. Hella getting saucy, because they've had enough. They've had enough of us seeing the same things over and over and over again and not paying attention and not doing anything about it, not changing our situations and manifesting what we really want. We're expecting, a lot of us, I'm guilty of it too, expecting that they're just going to plop it down on our laps like, oh, I didn't have to do anything. I'm so surprised. Oh, no, no, no. They want us to get to a place where we're not surprised. We expect these blessings. We expect that these things are going to work out for us because we've done the work. We've put the work in to make it happen. So now we just expect it. But we can't expect it if we haven't put the work in. That's the trick. And that's the message of this one. Don't whine about it. Work on it. All right. Whew. Cut off that energy. Woo. Stone number 2. What'd you say this was, Marnie? A raven? All right. A yellow raven. We're all about it. I'm good with it. Let's see what the raven has to tell us today. Oh, well. Okay. Okay, so we have the 6 of Wands. No, sorry, not Wands, Swords. 6 of Swords. The 6 of Swords, amazingly enough, is about moving away from hardship. It's about walking away from shit that no longer serves you, which is kind of what we were just talking about. Again, part of the work involved in receiving your blessings is to release the baggage, release the people, places, and things that no longer serve us. It's about coming out of hardship. They've packed their shit up and they're like, fuck this, we're out. Bye. We're on to bigger and better. We're moving ahead. And nobody's looking back at where they came from. They're looking straight ahead through those swords because they done been through it. But they're looking ahead and they're leaving anything that they don't need, anything that no longer serves them, they are leaving it behind. Just bye. Bye, Felicia. See you, girl. They've let go of what was holding them back. And that's a hard thing to do, but that is also amazing. Hey, Bonnie, yes, release the baggage. You know how we say start the boat? We might have to say that, Bon, for a different reason. Start the boat as in get the hell out of here. I know our reason is fun and all, but in all seriousness. Then we have the goddess card, the goddess, oh, this is cool. Hestia. I'm going to say Hestia. And goddess of home. Now, Hestia is the Greek goddess of the hearth. You know, hearth and home, they talk about that. And to me, home always means grounding, right? We can go on these 101 adventures, right? We can start the boat and go on these adventures, but to be grounded, to get grounded, we need to go home. And I don't necessarily think that this is about home as in the building home. This is about spiritual home. This is about getting back in touch with who we are at our core. And sometimes to do that, we've got to let go of this other bullshit here. We got to walk away from all that other shit that took us away from ourselves, that separated us from our own selves, and go home. With grounding, there is I'm not going to say a warning, but there's the condition or the caution that you need to also make sure that your space is grounded, that it is clear of any energy that doesn't serve you. And again, this is, walking away or removing yourself or not allowing people, places, or things with energy that doesn't serve you and what you're trying to do and what you're trying to manifest, letting that stuff go or not allowing it to come into your space in the first place. So again, when we think about home and grounding, the space around us needs to be clear of that energy as well, so that we can make room for the blessings. And this is something that people find very difficult, but people in particular, the people around us, if you are around someone who is always negative, who always has something mean or just negative to say, how is that serving you? How is that helping you? Now you can talk to that person and ask them to try, make an effort. But unless that's part of their journey, you're not going to change that. And even it could be a family member. It could be your longest, most dear childhood friend. But if they're not serving you in the energy that you are trying to create for and around yourself, they got to go. They just have to go. And it's hard and it's tough, but it's necessary for your own journey, for your own energy, for your own highest and greatest good. It's not easy, but it's hella necessary. I'm also getting the energy with this goddess of declutter. And, yes, I just talked about sort of decluttering energetically, removing energies from your space. But remember that energy is everywhere. Energy is everything. So it's also time to declutter your space, your physical space, your home, your car, your desk at your office, or your desk at home. A lot of us are working from home. Declutter. And I know my sister is probably staring at me through the screen and going, are you listening? Yes, I am. I'm working on it. But, going through your closet and getting rid, if you haven't worn something in a year, get rid of it. You obviously don't need it. And the reason for doing this is to make room for those better things. Make room for those things that are going to promote and feed your higher self. We have to make room for that. And the only way to do that is to walk the hell away. Walk away. Let it go. Look, they're traveling with swords. So guess what they're fitting to do? Cut that shit loose. Cut it. Not just, oh, go away. No, they're chopping it off. And where are they chopping it off? In the flippin' ocean. So guess what? The sharks and the whatever, they can have that shit. I don't need it anymore. Get rid of it. Spirit is on one today. So my OG card says, they broke your heart. Now, let's just pause before I tell you what it says on the back. They broke your heart. Now, this doesn't have to be, especially because of what this message seems to be this week in this stack, it doesn't have to be a romantic heartbreak. This can literally just be, it doesn't serve me anymore. You know, there's always a period of grief when you let something go or someone go, because you put energy, time, effort, and energy into that person, that thing. You know, you bought it because you loved it, but then it didn't fit, so now you gotta let it go. That's a little bit sad. Maybe it's time for a one piece. There's grief involved there, right? So that's what this broken heart is. It's not necessarily about a love relationship, although for some of us, that is what's happening, is we're letting go of romantic attachments that just aren't serving us. But they broke your heart. Fuck them. Fuck them. So the grief that I talked about, we have to feel our feelings. You got to feel the feels. It's just part of this human and earthly experience. You got to feel the feels. But then you got to get out of that and remember what the hell you're trying to do. Right? Remember it. I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to reach a higher level of self. I'm trying to better my situation, clear energy, clear spirit, all of this good stuff. So if you don't belong, if you ain't serving that purpose, fuck you. Get the fuck on, Felicia. Nobody needs you here. No, ain't nobody have time for all of that shit. Fuck them. No wallowing. Absolutely. What the hell purpose does remember this one over here? What did it say? Wallowing and whining. That's the wrong card. Fuck them. You can change it. Just fucking do it. Stop fucking whining about it. You know what I'm saying? Like these messages go together this week, okay? Let me just tell you that. They all have a little bit of something that's all about the same message. But that is stack number 2, you guys. Chop it. If it doesn't serve you, cut it out and move the fuck on with the attitude of fuck that and fuck them. Fuck you and the horse you rode in on. And I'm sorry I'm saying the word fuck a lot, but I'm hearing that my niece and nephew are not in the room tonight, so Auntie's letting loose a little bit. Okay. All right. Whew. Okay. Last stack. Yes, Christy, flip the big old bird. No wallowing. No wallowing. Yes, Rachel. I love this deck. I when I first got it, I literally looked at every card, and because I saw another reader online using it, and I was like, I clearly have to get that deck, because really those who know me intimately and well know that that's really is how I talk. You know what I mean? That is how I talk. I try to clean it up because I'm live and, you know, blah, blah, blah. But in real life, if you were coming at me with a problem, I would say to you, I'm pretty sure I have said it to a few of you, fuck them and fuck that. So that's just how that goes. All right, my loves, we're down to our last stack. Everybody still with me? Yeah, yellow was a good one. Yellow was a good one, Rhonda. It was a good one. I mean, the spirits are not, they're not playing around this week. I told you guys, they're like, this energy is shifting. We're in for a big, like, global shift very soon, energetically, spiritually, all that kind of stuff. So those of you who are still kind of like teetering and I don't know what, not today, Satan, not today. All right, purple stone, my hummingbird. What have we got? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I told you guys. I told you guys. Okay, so we have the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is about financial hardship. It's about a sense of lacking. And let's be honest, none of us are in a great financial place these days with what's going on in the world and how things have changed. And we're also probably all anticipating that it's going to get a lot worse before it gets better. Even when we're done with the health crisis, there's going to be fallout from this. Pretty soon it's going to be a year that we've been dealing with this. And so there will be an economic fallout from that. We all know this. Raised taxes and the price of everything's going to go up. Inflation, it's not even inflation. This is just like straight up, hey man, we got to make up for the year of lost revenue in many different areas. So the cost of living is definitely going to increase. But we all know our wages are not going to increase because our own companies are dealing with the same financial hardship. So I'm saying all that to say, though, that this card is also a reminder. This is a minor arcana card in a traditional tarot deck. These are the four suits or whatever, however you want to call it. That's just, it makes it easier for you guys to understand if you don't know about these things. But this is a minor arcana, which means these are short-term victories and challenges. So even though this card is about financial loss, it is about a sense of lacking and hardship. It is also very much a short-term issue. Okay. That's really all I can say about it. Yeah, that's really all I can say about it. I mean, this guy's pretty beat up. He's been through it. He's bleeding and totally like all the way fucked up. And she's trying to comfort as best she can, but together they'll get through it. And that's really the message that I'm feeling coming through with this card, is that we're going to get through this. But we need to be smart. And thankfully, we have the goddess Athena, the goddess of knowledge, coming through. So Athena is the Greek goddess of intellect and strategy. And she's coming through to tell us this is a time right now. We need to take this time to gain some clarity, to up the ante on the knowledge meter. And I'm hearing survival. Like we've just come through 8-9 months, and we've definitely got a few more months to go, of some real hardship. But what have we learned? What have we learned in this time? We've learned that we can survive on a lot less. We've learned that the things we thought were important a year ago, we've done without them now for almost a year. And have our lives gotten any worse because we don't have those things anymore? No. So Athena has popped up to remind us to look for the lessons, and in doing so, we'll find the blessing. Does that make sense? I mean, I say it all the time. I heard it a year ago, from another card reader. She said there is a blessing in every lesson. And it is so true. So true. And it has never been more true than right now, especially with what's going on. Yes, it's hard, right? We've all been beat up. We've all been left out in the cold. We're all wondering how the hell we're going to get through even another day of this bullshit. But guess what? Did you wake up this morning? Because I sure enough did. I sure as hell did. I got 11 people with me right now who did too. Blessing. Blessing. Was this day hard? Sure. Did I get everything I wanted today? Nope. But I survived it. I'm still here. Blessing. And I learned I didn't need that shit that I woke up this morning hoping to get. I didn't need it to survive, that's for sure. Would it have been nice? Sure. It would have been nice yesterday and a month ago and 2 months ago. But did not having it make me not survive? No. It didn't. There's the lesson. There's the lesson. Does that mean we have to stop asking and stop manifesting bigger and better? Hell no. Hell no. That's not the lesson. But don't be upset by the lesson, which is you don't have to have those things to be happy. You don't have to have those things for survival. They're nice things to have, and maybe this isn't the time for you to have those things. It's not a no forever, it's a no for now, maybe. But it doesn't mean that even though it's a no for now, that you're not going to get it eventually, and that you're not going to survive without it right now. So the lesson here is also to let go of the attachment that we have to control, the attachment that we have to the outcome, by trying to control the outcome. We got to just go with the flow. All right, so we're out in the cold and maybe not having as many things as we would like. But Athena's all like, yeah, but you want them, but you don't need them. So that's why you don't have them right now, but you're still here. You're still fighting. You're still waking up another day. Even though you're waking up in the cold, maybe you're still waking up. And any day above ground is better than a moment above ground is better than any day underground. Right? I'd rather wake up on this side of the dirt. And then, because we are so concerned with what we don't have, we tend to be maybe a little bit, well, I'm just going to let the card tell us. Tight-assed. Tight-assed. We get scared to make decisions. We get scared to have fun. Oh, hey, bro. This is your stack. Well, I think this is a lot of our stacks, even if we don't want to admit it. But this is a lot of our stacks. But yeah, we get tight-assed because we're like, hey, man, I got 5 coins left. I got these 5 pentacles left, right? 5 dimes, 5 loonies, 5 toonies. I gotta hold tight. I gotta squeeze. And I'm not saying start spending erratically and doing whatever, but understand that if you hold on too tight, you lose everything, right? Stop being a tight ass. Loosen the fuck up. Control freaks don't get laid. So even though we might be lacking, even though we might be struggling, we still have to find ways to be joyful. We still have to find ways to be grateful for what we do have, for the fact that we did wake up, for the fact that we all have, all 11 of us, right? We all have the ability to be here with each other right now, to reach out, right? We all have the ability to connect right now, and we're not it. Obviously, we all have our own circles. We all have our own community that we are involved in whatever way, whether it's family, friends, whatever it is. That's a blessing. Reach out to them, talk to them. Even if you make jokes about how shitty this is right now, it's something. It's something. It can always be worse. You can be this dude that's beat to shit and not have this friend there to help you bandage up your wounds. You can be bleeding in the street. I could be bleeding out my eyeballs and nobody would care. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're all in a better place than that. So be thankful. Be thankful, be grateful, and understand that in itself is a blessing. And really, that's all we need. It's true. That's what it says. Loosen the fuck up. Control freaks don't get laid. Tight asses don't get laid. They just don't. Nobody wants to be around that. Someone who's always, and, right? Because usually tight asses are the whiners. Nobody wants any part of that. That should have been on this one too. This stop fucking whining. It should have also been, you know, whiners don't get laid. Ain't nobody getting laid if you're all fucked up. So, right? I know it's hard. I know it's been a shit year. I know it's still shitty, and we're looking at the change of the calendar year and it's going to start shitty, but let's have some fun. You know? Let's have some fun. Let's just enjoy what we do have. And I honestly truly feel like that's what I'm trying to do with these lives, you know, with these messages. I know sometimes the content is heavy, but I try to bring it to you guys with a little bit of laughter, a little bit of sassiness and sauciness, even if I can do that for, you know, half an hour or however long we've been live now, you know? If I can just give you guys that for a few minutes every week, then I'm good, and I'm grateful for that. So I hope that you guys go into this week looking for the joy and looking for the fun and looking for the blessings of the week ahead. You know, the week after that, we'll let that worry about itself. We'll find out about that in next week's message. You know what I mean? But for this week, let's just have some fun. Understand the lessons, find the lessons, be thankful for the blessings, and just carry on. Keep on keeping on. I'm going to buy a drink. Right? I'm going to order a shot and a vodka cranberry chaser, and I'm going to dance like nobody's watching. That's what I'm going to do. Who's with me? Who's with me? Come on. Throw some hands up, throw some hearts up, throw something if you are with me. We are going to have some fun this week. They're playing all 24/7 Christmas carols. Find you a little Jingle Bell Rock and fucking rock out, cock out. Okay? Yes, 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 my people, yes. I love it. I love that you guys are in. Start the boat, shark bait, Jingle Bell Rock out, cock out, whatever. Living room dance party. Marnie, you know, I know you know. I know the next time you say that in our group chat, you best believe I will be dancing like crazy. I don't even care what I'm doing, even if I'm at work. Even if I'm on the phone with my boss. Karaoke, Christmas songs. Yes! Yes! Yes. Karaoke Christmas, living room dance party. Let's just have some fun. 'Tis the season. We're almost done with November. Tomorrow, as I said in the beginning of the live, tomorrow is a full moon. It's a full moon eclipse. So take some time tonight. Take some time tomorrow. You know, outside of work or whatever, when you take 5 minutes and just write down all the shit that you want to release from this year. From your life, not even just this year, but all the shit that you've carried your whole life. The shit that you carried, that you just started carrying this year. Hell, the shit you picked up last week. If you already know it's no good, get rid of it. Get rid of it. I want you guys to write it down. You better believe I'm going to do this. This is my full moon release ceremony. So the full moon is all about releasing. Okay? So make your list. Make your list of the shit that you just don't need in your life anymore. If it's clothing, throw it in the bag. If it's people, write their name on the list. If it's bad habits, write that shit down. Whatever you have to do. And when the moon is nice and bright tomorrow night, when it's full and in the sky, if you got a list, light it on fire. Send it off to the universe. Send it to Mother Earth and say, you know what, lady? Thank you for giving it to me, but I'm giving it back to you. Hell no, Bond. No cock out with the boss. No. I mean, I guess it depends on the relationship you have with your boss, but that's not my deal. Anyway, but yeah, take advantage of this full moon, you guys. Take advantage. It's the second last one, I believe, for 2020. I believe there's one more in December. I'd have to check. I'll post it on the page when the December one is. But it's the second last one of this year. So, but it's a special one, right? Because it's an eclipse too. So let's make it count. Let's use that energy and really release some of this crap. Let's get on this goddamn boat. Let's start swinging all 6 of these swords, freaking nunchuck style, and just chop it all up. Chop it up, chop it up, chop it up, chop it up, chop it up. Chop it up, chop it off. And let's go into 2021 with clear energy, with hope, with joy, and with space for more blessings. All right, my lovely people, I think that is enough messaging for this week, for this night anyway. Thank you as always for being here with me, for showing up and for keeping me motivated to do this. I love it, and I love you for loving it. I wish you all the best for this week. Protect your energy and be well and stay well on your journeys. I will see you guys next week. I love you. Good night.